Good evening. I think those who are in Europe, European football, should give up their right to play in the League Cup and the FA Cups. The reason being is because after seeing Man City winning 8-0 against a League Two club, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's supposed to be the magic of the cup, but it seems that it's only the magic of the cup when when the smaller teams play at home. So, in my view, those who are currently playing in Europe and still in Europe should give up their right to play in cup competitions, domestic cup competitions, and give someone else that right to win a cup, get into Europe. I mean, I've supported football since the 80s. With all this pathetic states owning clubs, the game's dead. I mean, it died more or less long before states. It died when Sky in 1992 took over football. So, in the interest of fairness, I really do think if you made it into Europe through even Cup, the League, or the FA Cup, then when you get into Europe, you need to give up that right. There's too many games for a start. Too many games now because of UEFA and FIFA. And top that off, as I said, states, countries, owning clubs, is supposed to be against football and governing bodies, rules and regulations. So, yeah, I think it's time to change the rules. Whoever makes it into Europe, so you make it into Europe by the top four, Champions League. If you made it into Europe by finishing 5th and 6th, then and that team wasn't the team that won the FA Cup and the League Cup, then that's fine. But if you won the League Cup and the FA Cup, but you didn't finish in the European places, then you should give up your right to the League and FA Cup once you're in Europe. I'm trying to think of of a very responsible way of protecting players' well-being. I know winning trophies is the norm, but I think it's time to players' well-being is put to the forefront of this game, this sport, because UEFA and FIFA are the problem. And if I was a football manager, I would call, if you want my players to play for their country, you pay their wages. And if you can't afford what's the Premier ones today? 200, 350, 4,000, 500,000, all that stuff. Yeah. If you can't afford that, then there won't be a country using our players. And I love international football, but the way it is, the way FIFA and UEFA have done this is putting players' health at risk. Christian Bale, Bale, Christian Eriksen. You know, he basically died on the pitch, but he's still playing football, knowing that he's got a heart problem. And there is another one in I think it's Luton, and he shouldn't be playing either. But when I look at the facts of this, we gotta get rid of UEFA and FIFA and get football back to being what it used to be. Because FIFA and UEFA are breaking their own rules. The Premier League, the Football League, and the FA, the English FA, are breaking their own rules. With French Paris Saint-Germain being owned by Qatar, again, state-owned. But I'm not going to talk about that. I want to talk about the English game. And the fact is, it's come to this point. If the international coaches want our players, they should pay for them. They should pay their wages. And if they can't afford to pay their wages, then there's no international game. And we will finally, if it's been done, if managers actually do these things, we will finally put UEFA and FIFA to the sword. They and the FA are the problem. I don't believe in European Super League. I'm against all that. But I'm not against trying to get football back to being what it used to be. The enjoyment. Not somebody who's gonna play well because he's on 500,000 a week. It's unsustainable for any club. Doesn't matter how rich you are. So it's time to get back to normality and do this idea. Let players rest. Because the product at the moment, the English game, the product at the moment is absolutely pathetic. I hate watching it. I don't care about what happened this afternoon or this evening with Man City and Salford or Liverpool and Atkins Stanley. The fact is we need to get back to reality. Players are not robots. I mean, to me, I would like to see if we're going to see some reform in football. I would like to see a British and Irish football league, because the Irish, if you like, and the Scottish, regardless of what they say up there, because I've been up there myself, So regardless of what they say, the Irish and Scottish, yeah, they all watch the Premier League. They all watch the English game as a whole. So if you really want to put the sword in UEFA and FIFA, then one, let's stop our players going on international duty. Because if the players want, if the FAs want to use the players, then you pay their wages. And two, let's have a British and Irish football league or Super League with promotion, from whichever team got relegated, whichever British and Irish team got relegated, then those teams, or the teams that go up from your respective leagues as it is, would be able to play against whoever it is that's in that league, in the British and Irish league. We need an alternative right now to the way European football is. And we definitely need an alternative to who goes into Europe through respective positions, from winning cups to wherever you are in the league. and then it could be one season out of Europe by not playing in the cups. But it's a risk you gotta take. So let's do this reform. Let's bring the Irish in, both sides, Northern and Republic, and the Scots. Let's bring on a British and Irish football league. And let's put UEFA FIFA to the sword, because they're corrupt. Anyway, may peace be with you.